Hello, welcome to the Masterclass. I have to apologize in advance for my audio. I could not set up the proper equipment. So we are going to cover goal setting, planning, and achieving for teenagers. This is basically the winning guide for 2023 and beyond. You can always apply this. It's the same strategy. Just keep repeating. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's disrupt 2023, shall we? I just put this because I thought it was cool. Now, introduction. My name is Masu. My journey. So basically, this was prompted by my personal journey. I've always tried the writing goals thing, from this is around 2017. I'll write. At the end of the day, I'll not do anything. I'll write 10, I'll do two, and at the end of the day, I'll have achieved just that's like 20%. The same thing happened in 2021. I had goals 10. I think 2022, I even did just one. So all I did for 2022 was like change the heading. So it was no longer 2021, it was now 2022. Same goals. But then that time I took it serious. I realized it wasn't just about writing it, it was about like learning different things and all of that and actually implementing. Because before then all I do was I'll read, I just never like implement stuff. So this year I decided to like share what has worked for me in hopes that it will work for you. So what I hope you get from this is simple action steps. Just implement it. This is not the kind of course where you just take notes, watch videos. Yes, I've done it. No, it's more of practical. Like, I mean, I've tried to read these books and videos and all of that, and yes, there's a lot of things that usually say I just use less chat. So I already just pick what worked for me and share it with you here. How do you use this? You don't need to watch all of the videos before you start doing something. That's why we should breaking the videos down for you. You watch one video, if you're halfway through something interesting, pause the video, implement it. That's all about it. If all you do is pick like 3 or 4 things on this masterclass, perfect. Just implement so that like 2 months from now, what you'll be doing was directly affected by this. That's just what you need to do implementation. So what do you need? If you can dedicate 30 minutes a day to this thing for this week, perfect. Get a new jotter. Preferably hardcover one. It's a new year, probably you've gotten some gifts and all of that. If you haven't gotten any, buy one. Let it be like your dedicated jotter for this detail tree. And then print your goal sheet. I'll be sharing this, so once you get it, you can print it an A4 size. If we print an A4 sheet, it's too small. What are table of contents? So basically, this course is broken down into 5 parts: preparation parts, then you have part where you set your goals, part where you plan for these goals, and then execution. That's actually where the masterclass ends. The bonus part is just other things I just felt. Let me just share with you. Now, section one preparation. Who are you? What are your life pillars? And what is your why? Who am I? So, before you read these questions, just think for a moment. Who are you? Like, what kind of person are you? And then also ask yourself, what kind of person do I want to be? Now, if you look at these questions, there are 3 questions here. The first one, each of them is broken into 2 parts. The first one is, how would you describe your current self? And then how would you describe a perfect version of you? So maybe your current self is, let's say, I I don't really read books, and the perfect version of me maybe reads a book every week. And then where I get that. So, what's your current version, and what version of you do you feel is going to be the perfect version? And then the second question is, if people were to describe you, what will they say? And then secondly, what would you want them to say? So it's like, how will you describe the really, and how will you want them to actually describe you? So that's like 2 different kinds of people, Kina. And then last question, when you leave this world, what will you want to have made different in the world? The question can be framed as, what would you want to be your contribution to the world? So it's like Steve Jobs said, when you're not comfortable with your environment, do something about it. And he also said the people who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do. Basically trying to explain how it's okay to see a problem in the world. I feel like, okay, this is what I want to fix, this is what I want to help make better. So these 3 questions. So the next piece actually like some tasks I put together I'm going to do at the end of this section 1. The first part is to get a sheet of paper. I usually like to use A4 sheets. You can use foolscap sheets, anyone that, but basically a rough paper. I don't think I just write on this card. Write a heading, who is, and put your name in there. And using the questions shared in the previous slide as a guide, write extensively about you. So who am I and who I want to be? So it's like, who is Masu? That's the first part. And then who is Masu supposed to be? And then write about that as well. Go to the next page, write about how will people describe Masu, and how will Masu want people to describe him. And then lastly, what is Masu's contribution to the world? Now, I would want you to write this 3 times over a span of 3 days. So like write today, it's like a rough, write it tomorrow, and write it day after tomorrow. When it comes to writing, I'm not going to details about that, but usually you find out that when you come back the next day, you write a better one. You maybe want to take out some lines or add some. So by the third day, the third time you write it, you'll have perfected it. Now copy the final version in your new book, that very chat that you mentioned you should get. So you shouldn't even write about what people say. That's just for you to know. Your contribution, you could write that. But the most important thing for you to write your ideal fashion. So it's like who is Masu, and then I'll write about the perfect fashion of Masu. So um Masu reads a book every week. Masu, does not shy away from meeting people. Masu replies people, such things. Funny enough, that's actually what's in my journal. It actually that I reply people on time because something I really struggle with. So yes, going to the next part of section one. What are your life pillars? And this is something that people rarely talk about. I guess, when I first brought it up, I claimed credit, but later I realized some people have written about it a few times. So every important thing in life has pillars, right? Like religion, for example. Islam has pillars. The moment you neglect one, the moment you neglect one, your your deen is not really complete anymore. So same with people as well. We have pillars. So basic description of pillars I put here is if you take care of them, your life is as perfect as it can get. If you neglect them, you have issues. So common life pillars. So these are actually my pillars, except for happiness, which is funny. I didn't even know why I didn't put it in, but I have five. So first one is like relationship. It's not in any particular order, just randomly. First one is relationships, right? My relationship with like family, friends, and also my do I build my network. So now relationships, for example, every day, because the way I work with my pillars, every day I have um tasks for every single pillar. So I used to write either call or chat up someone randomly. That's my relationship. That's like one thing. Personal development. This is basically about me learning, maybe taking courses, reading books, anything that just improves me personally. Business or work, so basically like finances. Is it business you're doing? Do you work for a company? How do you work there and all of that? And health. If you don't take care of your health, you're in trouble. So this could cover what you eat, maybe saying you're not going to eat junk food, maybe you're going to exercise, basically it's a pillar. So what do you do there? A religion, which is number one for all of us mostly. So what's your relationship with God, and lastly happiness. What makes you happy? So this could be like hobbies, going out, weekend, basically what makes you happy. So what are your life pillars? You could copy this, but I would prefer if you like sit down, feel what things will actually make me feel whole, and then you focus on those things. The last part of section one is what is your why? Why do you do what you do? So yeah, heaven, yes, but then what else? So I'm on the other side, you're going to see the picture of this adorable baby, and you could a reason that is like I wake up every morning. Wait, okay, that was an error. So I wake up every morning because forget it too, it's a mistake. So why do you wake up every morning? You should try like complete that sentence. So when you wake up every morning, you try to like it's a great day. Alhamdulillah, what do I do? Why do you wake up? Now it's very important for us to know why we do what we do. For some people, it's just because they want to secure a future for their family. For some people, they're just not comfortable where they are in life and they want to move forward. For some people, it's really about them. It's about the community. So there's poverty in Nigeria. The rate of unemployed youth in Nigeria is too high. I want to create jobs. Or there are so many kids out of school. I want to put them back in school. What inspires you to wake up every morning? When you know that you can then go back to this task after you've written the ideal version of you, you write your life pillars as well. This is like it's best to give them between 4 to 6 pillars. So this is like 5 pillars that I take very seriously, and then also write your why do you do what you do. So yes, I promised 10 minutes. So yeah, 10 minutes.